Hey, this is Dr. Brent Pearl with Fit Foot U. So today I have Bobby Bienemy, and he is a Euro basketball player that had a not quite ending career injury. He's on the rehab trail. And well, welcome, Bobby.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about how your career went in the EuroLeague after college at North Carolina, and then what led up to the injury.
Pretty much overseas for 6 years or so, and was here training and just getting ready for at least my last season playing. And while playing and training on the court, ruptured my left Achilles, and that's pretty much that.
How did the surgery go?
The surgery went pretty well. It was done last year, early August 2022. The Achilles were completely ruptured, so I had to get it reattached, and then it was pretty much rehab and getting back to normal from there.
And how did that progression go? And so people understand, with complete rupture, not like Aaron Rodgers' recent partial rupture, in terms of total time period that you had to go to get to even to the point where you were able to like jog, let alone get on a court sport.
Yeah, good question. So, the surgery, of course, took place, and then there was a 3 or 4 week period of being in the boot. From the boot, there was pretty much PT, just learning how to walk again. And then from there was about just getting my athletic abilities back. Once you have those Achilles injuries, your calf, there's atrophy, and there's just that time frame where you gotta teach yourself how to walk, learn how to jump again. And so from that, it was 3 months in the boot, like I said earlier, and then there was pretty much therapy from then on till about 1 year mark.
So I'm sure there was a progression that you had described with weights. What were the main weights that helped you build back up your calf?
You got calf races, you got leg presses as well, a lot of plyometrics, just jumping, box jumps, squats, a few more, but that's pretty much the gist of it.
The first jump, you had to be a little bit nervous for a big vertical. So when did that occur? How long after the injury?
Oh man, I'm gonna say maybe 6 months after the injury, I started jumping, and yeah, there was pretty much no lift, but it was just good to get at least feeling like I'm getting back my vertical.
All right, so you're about to show us some warm-ups, so we're gonna take a moment to get you landed, and then I'm just gonna kind of track, and I'm gonna actually have you explain sort of your progressions.
Awesome.
Okay, Bobby, so you played forward, which we talked about as a power position. Everybody jumps in basketball, but the forwards are gonna get more under rebound, kind of bodies coming on top of you, which obviously you had to protect your Achilles with.
Sure.
So let's go through so everybody understands. And we got a cool night here tonight. It's probably about 65 degrees. Last thing we want, I was joking about this, is for you in the midst of showing people what to do to have a jump and not be properly warmed up. So take us through your progression and you can talk us through it.
Yeah, it's a lot of stretching to begin with. Got some hill walks that I do to kind of stretch the Achilles.
How many series do you usually do of each exercise? So you're doing like half a length of a small basketball court right now.
Correct. Half length of a basketball court.
And I just get so people can see.
Then you have your toe walks to kind of engage the calf. Get about halfway. And then there's the stretches to, hamstrings pretty much to the
Scoops, I like to call them.
Correct.
Yep.
Then you have a series of other moves that are the stretches that I do to just engage all the other areas of the leg to stretch the growing muscle, or growing tendon, sorry.
Then you had a little bit of quicker stuff too. Are you warmed up enough to do some of the quick steps?
Bigger items like some hops. Kind of get the. Then I do another variation of that, just kind of running in place.
Now, if all goes right, what is your potential one more season kind of thing that you might end up doing?
If all goes well, there'll be another opportunity to finish my last year, which was the goal prior to the injury. Just be able to play professional basketball somewhere in Europe, and just trying to end the season the way that I want to, or end my career the way that I want to.
All right. Are you feeling warmed up enough now to do something slightly more progressive, or do you got to warm up a little bit more?
You can try.
Totally on you.
You can try.
See what you're feeling. Take me through something else you might do. Anything more progressive in terms of agility?
Just more running, just to get the heart rate up, to get the blood flowing.
Any agility moves that you do just in terms of trying to get your muscle senses that you had to kind of redevelop? Motor mapping kind of stuff?
Some of it, but mostly it's just the stretching and the running that gets me going. And then at that point, I feel like I'm ready to kind of do what I need to do. Yeah.
Do you do like cut running or just straight ahead running?
Just running around the track just to get, like I said, the blood flowing. I may do some slides, some cuts if I'm going to play basketball.
How about we just have you get your body warm a little bit, and then maybe show us some cuts after your body's warm, maybe something like that.
Sure.
Yeah, try it now.
I could try the normal cuts if you want.
Okay. All right. I'll redo this. I'm going to edit part of this out. All right. So now that you're warmed up a little bit, Bobby, how about you show us some of the agility cuts that you do as you're preparing for game action?
Cuts here, slides,
yeah,
that kind of stuff. Usually when we're playing, we have the sliding drill where we kind of get in our slide stance and we'll slide and go cross. That helps it kind of get the legs moving a little bit. Trying to think of that.
Do you have any, without doing full jumps, progression to jumps that you do that you're still leaving the air that maybe you can demo?
Yeah, I do box jumps, but you don't have a box jump. We don't have a box here. That usually helps me a lot. Kind of good. We do squats as well. Not squats, but lunges. Stationary lunges. Kind of this position here.
So I just learned not only did you have the Achilles injury, but you also had a knee injury. Tell me briefly what happened and what your sort of thought process is on where you like to play, outdoor versus indoor courts.
Yeah, it was a meniscus tear in the left knee. Happened while I was playing overseas, but just running out onto the wing, I slipped and fell and essentially injured the knee that way, and had a tear in the meniscus. When it comes to playing, I prefer playing indoor courts. A lot of it is just due to the outdoor courts that have the asphalt, not as much give, and as an athlete, you're up, you're running, you're jumping all the time. All that pounding does take a toll on the body. So I prefer to be on the inside where the wood that's on the floor has a little bit more give, a little more forgiving on the knees and the ankles, and so.
All right.
Better experience. And
then you were telling me off camera that really once you do the warm-up drills and you've already got the weight training behind you, your shooting drills are pretty much straight up like you've always done through your entire career. So you were going to take us through a few of the shooting drills. Granted, this is an outdoor court, not quite as soft as the glass, but or as consistent. But let's just briefly take us through some mechanics and what you do.
So leading up into the shooting, I do go through some dribbling drills, but because we're outside, I don't want to
Yeah.
scare you guys with all that. But usually with the shooting drills, just more stationary drills, just to get the form right, shooting, and then there's the movement with it, the running that comes with shooting.
Is there a mistake that a lot of people make with stationary shooting that you?
It's everybody has a way of doing it. I don't think there's a mistake with it. This is more just to make sure your form is right. So a lot of it's just standing near the basket, in the lane on both sides, and just shooting. The whole goal of it is just to work on the form.
And what's the, in terms of how many repetitions? I don't want to interrupt your flow too much, so you can keep going. But what do you generally like to do as your set? How many of these would you do?
So 10 to 15 shots per location. So if I start here, I'll take 10 to 15 shots. I'll transition here and take 10 to 15 shots in front of the basket. Then there's 10 to 15 shots here on the side. So just working on all sides of the court to get the form right.
Do you want to take some perimeter shots and show us what that's about?
So from the stationary shots, I go into the actual drills of shooting, right? More game time drills in terms of shooting. So I usually would dribble out, plant, and then shoot. And then it's back to this side of the court. Just dribbling. You don't want to record that.
No. You're going to hit it. There it is. Nice. All right.
And once I do these,
then
it's pretty much going through the entire routine. Now it's just coming out here, facing up, shoot. You curl on the opposite side as well.
There we go.
Do the same thing?
Yep.
I think one of the things that I did in my recovery, because there was so much downtime, was just reading up on athletes, current or past athletes who went through the same injury and same recovery, and just their mental state and what they went through to get better. Kobe Bryant, rest in peace. Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson. Just reading on these guys and seeing what their mental capacity was during the surgery or during their recovery, that helped me a lot to just be motivated. Funny story is after my surgery, a friend of mine's purchased a Kobe Bryant, autobiography on his life, and towards the end of that book, he talked a lot about his recovery. And it was just funny to me because I'm like, wow, of all the times I would get the book, it would be while I'm recovering from my Achilles tear. So.
Yeah, that's ironic. And I like that idea that you're reading about other people that have done it and have had success. So it's no longer like you're the first one landing on the moon. It's been done before. And that gives you a blueprint.
For sure, absolutely. That helped me a lot. Again, from a mental capacity, because you're really going to need that to persevere through the long months of being down. And then, just knowing that when you get back to playing or being active, they went through it. They had to, remove that crutch of possibly re-injuring it. And so that gave me a positive feeling going into my training again, to know that, hey, the tendon is strong. I might not injure it again. So that helped a lot.
Cool. All right, Bobby. Well, listen, that was a great series of interviews. You showed us the warm-ups, the importance of warm-ups, and we were cautious about not actually showing your vertical prowess because it's cool. And the last thing I'm going to do is, for educational purposes, have Bobby re-injure himself. So we didn't want to do that. So play smart. And I wish you continued success and on your journey back up the mountain.
Thank you, Ben. This was a great experience, good opportunity to kind of share what I've been going through. Don't make fun of me. I was still cool. I haven't warmed up as I needed to, but yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, no, this was awesome, and I think this will give a lot of inspiration to a lot of athletes that have aspirations of even getting to anything remotely close to what you've been able to accomplish with your basketball career.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Good luck out there.